The Department of National Defense is looking into the possibility of using EDCA sites to evacuate Filipinos in Taiwan in case of an attack by China. 3 of the 4 new EDCA sites are located in northern Philippines: Camp Melchor de la Cruz in Isabela and Camilo Osias Naval Base and Lalo Airport, both in Cagayan. At the hearing of the Senate Committee on Foreign Relations, DND officer in charge Carlito Galvez said the evacuation would be part of humanitarian assistance under EDCA.
If there is an attack on Taiwan by the Chinese forces, our main goal is really to first look for the welfare of our OFWs in Taiwan, and we have also talk to our counterpart that that's our primordial concern. We considered also the tensions that we are having right now, not North Korea.
Saan? It's not within the ambit or purpose of the original EDCA. Tapos ang sabi niyo, yung addendum will just include 4 additional sites. Walang sinabi doon tungkol evacuation of nationals in time of conflict.
We have stated it clearly during our statement. If there is an unfortunate event on the Taiwan crisis, our primary consideration is the evacuations of 150,000 Filipinos and to absorb further other evacuations of other nationals.
Galvez said the 3 EDCA sites, along with the 4th location in Balabac, Palawan, will bolster the country's ability to respond to disasters and security threats. But senators asked, does the Philippines really stand to benefit from the new EDCA sites?
The instruction of the President is for us to prepare for external defense. And with that, we are trying to really allocate some resources and our modernization program on the northern side. If you look at the configuration of the armed forces strategy, our vulnerabilities is in the north.
In the north? I come from the north, sir. I don't feel very vulnerable.
If humanitarian and disaster response will be one of the core goals of this agreement, then common sense will dictate that the President should be located in disaster-prone areas for purposes of quick response. For example, Region 5.
Despite the announcement of the new EDCA sites, Foreign Affairs Secretary Enrique Manalo admits no document has been signed formalizing their designation. He says the Philippines and the U.S. are discussing the inclusion of the new sites in the EDCA Annex. Officials had a hard time answering questions on U.S. access to EDCA sites in case China attacks Taiwan.
Paano yung pag-iimbak ng mga weaponry ng mga sandatahan laban sa Taiwan? Hahayaan ba natin o hindi?
We will be guided by the provisions of the EDCA and our own national interest. And I think at this stage, our main foreign policy is really to be friends to all.
If Taiwan is attacked, can the U.S. use the EDCA sites to counterattack China? Yes or no lang po?
There's a process.
Dapat yes or no kasi nagmamadali dahil nagbobombahan na eh.
Senator Marcos wants issues on EDCA ironed out when it is reviewed next year. She says national interest should always prevail in negotiating any bilateral agreement. Xianne Arcangel, CNN, Philippines.